Today I want to show you the same template that I used for my personalized Loom videos in order to go from $0 to $10,000 with my agency in just 35 days. And I want to give you all the details. I want to explain everything step by step just so you can get the same results that we got. Let's start. So I booked 250 appointments with this Loom video template and I collected $35,000 thanks to this strategy. And of course I want to show you some real proof. You can see here the Google spreadsheet that I use in order to keep track of all the personalized videos that I am sending. And you can see that a lot of these videos ended up becoming an appointment, and that of course a lot of these appointments ended up becoming a client. And you will see something interesting. The first Loom video that I created ended up becoming an appointment and then later ended up becoming a client. And I want to talk about how this happened in a minute, but this is how powerful this strategy is, and that's why I want to share this with you. And I want you to succeed, so that's why I am sharing with you this for free. And I probably send around 600, 800 videos at this point, so that's why I know what kind of things work and what kind of things don't work. But I also had the chance to check a lot of the Loom videos from my clients. That's why I probably have seen like 1,000 or 2,000 Loom videos at this point. But now, let's go to the most important part right here. So these are the main reasons why most agency owners are failing with this strategy, because this is one of the best strategies in order to get clients fast. However, a lot of people are not getting the results they want because they are making these mistakes. So in this case, actually, this is not only about what they are doing, this is also about what they are not doing. And this is the first part right here. So a lot of times agency owners are not offering anything valuable in their videos. They are saying the same stuff. They are giving they are sharing the same tips that they pretty much the prospect is going to listen to the same generic advice again and again and again, and because of that the agency owners are not going to get the best results, because they are going to be like someone that is going to do the same thing that everybody else is doing. So you don't want to be in that position, of course. So they are not bringing anything new to the table, they are not offering anything valuable, they are not putting enough energy into the videos. This is very important. A lot of people create these super boring videos, and sometimes you have to be honest. Maybe you are recording videos like this. I was recording those videos as well, but that's okay. That's why I am here to tell you that you have to put some energy in your videos. And just think about it. You don't want to listen to a video that is like, hey, this is Jay and I wanted to record this video because I think that these strategies are pretty cool and blah blah blah. You don't want to listen to that person. You want to listen to the person that says, hey, this is Jay, I think that this is the strategy that you need in your business right now, because without something like this you are missing out on multiple six figures in revenue. Something like this. But I want to talk about that in a minute. Now, another thing is that they are not really personalizing the videos. So a lot of times they create the video and then they are sending pretty much the same video. A lot of times, even if it is personalized, let's say that they are actually opening the profile of the prospect or the website or whatever, even if that's the case, they are not saying something that is personalized. They are not adapting the strategy or let's say that the thing that they want to say to the prospect. So they are not adapting anything, and because of that the video is like generic, and you don't want to be that person. Another thing is that a lot of agency owners don't really consider their presentation, let's say their background, their video quality. And I don't want you to become a perfectionist, but if possible, just by buying, for example, a cheap microphone for $20, you can get way better audio, for example, or if you buy a light, you can get a better quality when it comes to your videos, and this can help you to get more responses. Even if it is just a small detail, this can help you. So if you can take advantage of those things, why not doing them? So that's another thing. Now, when it comes to the call to action, a lot of agency owners are using a call to action that is not attractive. So they are saying, I would love to have a quick 15-minute chat with you just to talk about our services and how they can help you. So of course, nobody's going to continue with the sales process if they listen to something like that, if they get this kind of proposal. However, if I tell you, I want to have this 15-minute call because I want to share with you exactly the strategy that we use for the same agency, or let's say for the same business in your niche, that helped us to go from 0 to 100K. And I also want to give you a template, and I promise that I am not gonna try to pitch you. When you have those things, then you're gonna get more responses and you're gonna book more appointments. Another thing, this is probably like 60% of the whole process. Most agency owners are not following up with their prospects. And remember that almost always 50-60% of your clients are going to come with follow-ups. So if you are not following up with your prospects 3, 4, 5, 6 times, then this means that you're going to be missing out on a lot of opportunities. So follow-ups are very important, and also creating content. I would say that creating content is like a natural way to follow up, because if people receive your Loom video and then they later see another video on YouTube, and then they later see another video on Facebook, and then on Instagram, and then they see your stories, if they see all of this content from you, it's very likely that they're gonna continue the sales process with you. It's very likely that they're gonna continue with the desire to work with you. So that's something important. But now, another thing, in this case, a lot of agency owners in these personalized videos are doing this. In this case, they are selling their service. So they are talking about their guarantee, their offer right away. Of course, you don't want to be that, because you want to just invite the prospect to the appointment. It's not the time to sell. So a lot of time they talk too much about themselves. They talk about, the magic, all the magic results that they got for their clients, all the case studies, all their testimonials, and you don't want to be that, because the prospect is gonna be like, I mean, yeah, that's okay, but that is not related to me. That is not helping me in any kind of way. So that's another thing. They talk too much about themselves, or they talk about the same things they know. So they talk about the same concepts that everybody knows. For example, I can go and if I create a personalized video and I say, yeah, you just have to contact more prospects, or yeah, you just have to leverage paid traffic. That's like super boring and nobody cares about that. So you need to bring a new perspective to these videos. Another thing is that they are recording these videos. They are recording videos that are too short, less than 5 minutes, or too long. So 10, 20, 30 minutes. And there are some exceptions, don't get me wrong. In some cases you can use those videos and get really good results, but at some point you also have to think about, is it really worth it to create like a video that is 20 minutes, 30 minutes? Is it really worth it? Or instead I can use that time in order to contact more prospects? Or when it comes to recording videos that are short, can you really provide a lot of value in a video that is just 1 minute or 2 minutes? Because yeah, maybe you can say one thing or two that is interesting, but in some cases you will need more time. And this is again my experience. Maybe somebody else is making hundreds of millions and maybe they are leveraging a different type of Loom video. If that's the case, then go for it. But in my case, this is how I was able to go from 0 to 10K in 35 days. So just keep that in mind. And a lot of times, a lot of agency owners are afraid of giving away their secrets. So in these Loom videos, you have to give your best. You have to do your best. You have to give your secrets. You have to, you don't have to do anything. You just have 5 minutes, so it's not like you can say a ton of things, but ideally you need to share something that is really unique. In my case, I shared templates, or I shared exactly the same framework that I used to book appointments. So I shared my secrets, and because of that, people told me, hey Jay, I really like this video that you created for me. I can tell that you know what you're talking about. I've never heard about this, so that's why I wanted to book a call with you. That's exactly the position where you want to be in. But now, by using this structure that I am about to show you, you are going to get better responses, you're going to book more appointments, you're going to get more clients, and overall, you're going to feel better about yourself. Because when you get more clients, when you get better responses, you're gonna feel better about your outreach. You're not gonna get as many negative responses and people that are telling you, yeah, your video is pretty bad or your video is not even helpful. So this is why I wanted to share this with you. But now, let's talk about the structure. So in this case, this is what you need to do. This is the process that I follow. This is exactly the same process that I used. So please, don't change this process, just use it, and I promise that you're going to get results. So the first part, thank the prospect for providing their email, right? For providing you with their email. So in this case, you just have to say, hey prospect, thank you for providing me with your email. And then you're gonna give them a genuine compliment. But here, this is the thing, when you give this genuine compliment, you don't want to say the same thing that everybody else is saying. You don't want to say, I really like your profile, I think that what you're doing is really cool, and then they go straight to the pitch. In this case, first you say thank you, of course, that's pretty simple, but then when it comes to the compliment, you have to say something that is going to make them feel good. Again, probably I repeated this 2 or 3 times, but you have to think about what would make them feel good, what would be something that will really make them feel good about your message. So you have to really think about something, you have to think, there are a lot of examples. So in this case, maybe you can think about why this person started this business. You can talk about their for example, their bio. You can talk about why they started the business. You can talk about the fact that they have been really consistent with their content. So just think about this. right now I'm recording this video. Someone can come to my comment section and say, hey Jay, I really like your videos. I can see that you're passionate about this. So that's a compliment. However, someone else can say, hey Jay, I really respect what you're doing with your videos. I know that is taking you a long time. I know that creating these videos is pretty hard. And I also respect your story. I saw that you are from Mexico and that you were able to go from 0 to 10K. And I really respect that because I know that that's pretty difficult, even though even though English is not your native language. So if someone tells me that, I'm gonna feel good because they are pushing my pain points. And that's the same thing that you want for your prospects. You don't want to say the generic advice, not the generic advice, the generic compliments that everybody else is saying. You want to say something that is really specific, something that will make them feel good. This is the third time that I repeat that, but it is very important. Now, the second point in this structure, the second step. So now you have to talk about what you can do for them and show them your best case studies and testimonials. But here, keep in mind that this doesn't have to take more than 30 seconds or 60 seconds. So you just have to mention pretty quickly who you are, what do you do, how you can help them, but you are not making the pitch. You're just saying, I help people like you to get this specific result. You just have to say something like that. And then this is gonna be pretty short and you can show off subtly. That's why I put here. You can show off subtly during the video. And later in the video, you can show off here and there. So for example, in my case, maybe I just talk about the results that I got, but then later when I start talking about the most important thing in the personalized video, when I start talking about the main concept, subtly I say, and yeah, this is exactly what I did in order to generate $200,000 for this coaching company. So subtly I am showing off, but I am not talking about myself for like 2 or 3 minutes. I am just saying this really quickly. And that's the only thing that you need. If possible, you can show as much results as you can. And I mean, if possible, you can show your Stripe account. If possible, show your bank account, all of these details. This is gonna help you to establish your authority really quickly. Now, the third step, and this is probably the most important thing here, you are going to talk about the one thing. You are going to talk about the core concept, the main thing that can help your clients to get results. So if they believe in this thing, if they believe in this concept, then automatically they will believe in all the things that you have to say. So if you really think about it, when it comes to religion, for example, let's say that when it comes to Christianity, there are a lot of laws, there are a lot of things that you can do, a lot of things that you cannot do. But instead of trying to convince everyone that you have to go on Sundays to the church. This is just an example. But instead of trying to convince people to do all of these things, instead you just have to make them believe that they have to believe in the Bible. So again, I don't want to make this video controversial or anything, but the thing is that you just have to think about the one thing that they have to believe in. Because in this example, if they believe that the Bible if they believe in the Bible, then all of a sudden they are going to believe in all of the things that the Bible says. So you have to think about the same thing for your business. You just have to think about the main concept. And let me give you a real example. In my case, with my agency, with my appointment setting agency, I was creating a lot of videos talking about, in my personalized videos, I was usually talking about, you have to create content and you have to prepare Loom videos and you have to do this and you have to do this and you have to also improve your Instagram and Facebook profile. You have to create a Facebook group. You have to do this and this and this and this. And because of that, these personalized videos were not really helping me to get results. So instead, I realized that if my clients believed that they needed to contact more prospects, that all of a sudden they would believe in all of the things that I needed to say. So let's say that in this case, I was placing an appointment setter for them. If they believed that they needed to contact more prospects, then all of a sudden getting my help made sense. So just focus on one thing. Just focus on convincing the prospect on one thing. Don't overwhelm them. Don't try to explain too many things at the same time. Remember that people don't like change. So if you are going to tell them to change something, ideally this is just going to be one thing. And if possible, tell them that they don't have to change anything, that in this case, they just have to fix something or they just have to do something in a different way, but they don't even have to change the whole thing. And this can help you to get even better results. So in summary, if they believe in one concept, they will believe in your solution. So just focus on one thing. And if necessary, you can have 2 or 3 bullet points. For example, in total, you can have 3 bullet points. You can have the one thing and you can have 2 bullet points, but that's it. But even in this case, the bullet points are just going to complement the one thing. So in this case, you don't want to talk about a different topic. If you're talking about appointment setters, then just talk about why they need appointment setters. Don't talk about why they need to create content, and then why they need a Facebook group, and why they need all of these things. Just focus on one thing. So that's the most important thing. This is gonna take probably like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, sometimes even 5 or 6 minutes. This is where you are gonna talk about pretty much everything. And after this, you are going to talk about what they are missing out by not, or basically what they are missing out, what they are not getting by not doing a specific thing. So of course, you have to make them feel that they are missing out on something. You have to make them feel this FOMO, this fear of missing out. Because if they believe like, yeah man, I know that I am not sending enough messages, and I know that if I have someone that can help me to send these messages, I can get an extra 10K, then yeah, maybe that makes sense. Then yeah, let's talk. So in this case, Jay, let's talk. That's the idea. You have to make them feel that they are missing out. But here, you don't have to bring up negative energy. You don't want to kind of like you don't want to call them out. You don't want to make them feel bad. You just have to say, hey, prospect, hey, James, I know that you're working really hard on this, but I think that you're missing out on multiple 5 figures in revenue, because just by changing this small thing, just by changing this small strategy, I promise you that you're gonna get more appointments, that you're gonna book more appointments, that you're gonna get more clients, and it's just a matter of changing one thing. And I believe that just by changing this thing, you can get all of this extra revenue. So that's what you need to do. Now the last point is that you're going to offer a quick 15-minute call. But here you are going to offer something that is valuable. And here you don't have to be afraid of being too generous. You can say that you can give them exactly the template that you use. You can give them exactly the training that you use in order to get more clients. Exactly the same thing that you use in order to get results. It can be anything. But here you have to think about this concept. This is the most important concept when it comes to appointment setting. You have to give them something that they want, and you have to lower the risks. So in this case, maybe they are not gonna pay you anything right away, but they know that if they hop on this call, they can lose their time. So you can increase the rewards by saying, I'm gonna give you this thing that is really valuable, and at the same time, you can lower the risks by saying, and here, I'm not gonna try to pitch you, I promise. If I pitch you, I am gonna pay you $50. I promise that I am not gonna try to sell you anything here. I promise. I think that this is more like a brainstorming session. You can use that phrase, you can use that sentence. I use this multiple times and this helps a lot. You can say, this is just a brainstorming session, this is just a call just to talk about how these strategies can be applied for your business. But you don't want to say how we can help you, you don't want to say how our service can help you to get clients. You don't want to say that yet. You're gonna talk about that in the call. Right now, you are just trying to convince them to go to the call. That's it. So you have to offer something valuable, you have to increase the rewards, and you have to lower the risks. That's it. And then after this, maybe this is something that is not related to the structure, because the structure is just about giving them a compliment, saying thank you. Then after that, you're gonna talk about what you can do. You can show your testimonials. Then you're gonna talk about the one thing, the most important concept. Then you're gonna talk about what they are missing out by not doing something specific that you can help them to do. And then of course, you're gonna propose a call. But it is very important to continue following up with these prospects. Again, follow up until they watch this video. Follow up until they book a call. Follow up until they become a client. Because in my experience, most people are gonna become a client after the follow-ups. And I mentioned this example before. My first Loom video ended up becoming a client, but this happened because I continued following up with this prospect. So at first, it's pretty interesting because he said, I am not interested. I watched your video and I think that it's pretty interesting, but I am not interested, even though that's pretty ironic. But he said that, and that's okay. So I followed up with him like 1 week later with a video where I was talking about how he could book more appointments. But this was just like a generic video for my YouTube channel. And then after watching this video, this prospect said, "Hey Jay, you know what? I'm interested. Now that I fully understand what you mean, I am interested. So let's book a call." And in that case, in that call, he became a client. So then, that's why also it is important to create more content. I would say that creating more content is like a natural way, like a natural and a genuine way to follow up with your prospects. Because let's say that this prospect watches one of your personalized videos. maybe after this, he's not gonna book a call right away, or maybe he's not gonna become a client. But if he continues to see that you're posting more and more content that is valuable, 1 video a day, 2 videos, let's say maybe not 1 video a day, but let's say 2 or 3 videos a week. If they see that you're posting content, they're gonna remember you. And maybe right now, let's say that let's say that in this case, today is February 20. In this case, maybe they are not interested, but later, in 1 month, in 2 months, maybe they actually need your help. So if that's the case, now you're gonna be the person that is going to be there. They are gonna know, okay, so Jay created a personalized video for me. I respected that. I have seen all of his content. I really like what he's doing. Let's just hop on a call with him and let's start working together, right? That's what you want to happen. That's exactly the situation where you want to be in. And that happened to me multiple times, believe me. It's about sending these personalized videos, but at the same time, it's about the follow-ups. Follow-ups just with a message, and sometimes follow-ups with your content. Instagram stories, YouTube videos, Facebook posts. Those are the things that are important. Those are the things that matter. And then, of course, again, like I said before, remember that this is just the beginning of the interaction. It's not like there is like a perfect Loom video strategy that can help you to book appointments after they watch the video. In some cases that can happen. In this case, this structure that I showed you works, and this worked for my clients as well, but it's more about what you're gonna do next. How are you gonna follow up with the prospects? What kind of content you are going to create? So again, I am starting to repeat the same thing, but it is very important. Follow up with content and follow up with messages, but just keep in mind this is just the beginning. But now, let's talk about what you have to do, because I talked about what you don't have to do, I was talking about the person that you don't want to become, but now let's talk about how you can do the opposite. So in this case, do the opposite of what most agency owners are doing. So I was talking about these things. This is the old way to create personalized videos, but now this is the new way. So when it comes to the new way, this is the first part. You have to sell the appointment. You have to sell the call. You don't have to sell the service in the video. You don't have to talk about the guarantees. You don't have to talk about your service, right? In this case, you just have to talk about why the call is going to be very valuable for the prospect. Why you have something that is really valuable, and why you want to explain this secret in the call. That's it. You don't want to talk about your services. That's pretty much it. Now, the next part. You have to talk about them. You have to give them genuine compliments, something that will make them feel good. The next thing, you have to talk about new concepts, or you have to bring a new perspective to these videos. Maybe in some cases, it's not like you're gonna talk about something completely new, but maybe you can simplify these things in a way that is really easy to understand. Maybe the common concept is pretty complex, pretty hard to understand, again. So if you explain the same things but in a simple way, then you can get those clients, you can get those prospects. So that's it. Bring a new perspective, use a new concept, and that's it. The next part, you have to record videos ideally that are going to be 5 to 8, 9 minutes. I recorded videos that were shorter and I didn't get the best results. I recorded videos that were longer and again, I didn't get the best results. So 5 to 8 or 9 minutes, that's the sweet spot in my experience. Of course, again, a lot of people will tell you different things, but in my experience, this worked for me. Focus on the one thing. Focus only on one thing that will make your prospects believe that you have the solution for their problems. Don't try to explain multiple problems at the same time. Don't try to explain your service and multiple things that you can solve for them. Just explain one thing and make them believe in one thing. And even with your service, just think about the most important thing that you can do for them that can help them to get results. So talk about that thing. And don't be afraid to give away your secrets. Give them a template, give them the secret, give them the secret strategy. Talk about the secret, give them the template, the script, whatever. Give them something that is really unique, something that you are using only for your clients. Maybe you are charging $1,000 for a specific script, for a specific course. Don't be afraid to give those things to them. Because if they can see that you know your stuff, if this thing was valuable for them, if this thing was really valuable for them, then just imagine what they are going to do later. They are going to say, okay, so this guy gave me this thing for free. Now imagine the experience that I am going to get once I start working with him. So keep that in mind. And the last part, do the opposite of what most agency owners are doing again. So give your secrets, like I said before, use a new perspective or simplify the old way so things make sense for your prospects. Another thing, put a lot of energy in your videos. People don't want to do business with lazy people. I've seen a lot of videos where people are like, yeah, today this is the strategy, I think that you are not doing this and you're missing out on multiple 5 figures in revenue. You can even see how their face looks like, how their voice sounds. You don't want to do business with that person. So in this case, the opposite is that if you put a lot of energy into these videos, then you're gonna get more chances of actually getting the deal. So again, if we compare this to the other example, blah, 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 yeah, this is the video, versus, hey prospect, hey James, I really like what you're doing here. I was watching your YouTube channel and I really believe in your mission, because I also believe that vegan products are the next wave in the market and that you are actually doing something really good for the planet. I really believe that that's something amazing. And today I want to show you exactly what you can do for your business in order to get the best results. In my experience, this is what I did. Again, I don't want to make this video super long, so you can get the idea. You have to put more energy. Hey Jay, hey prospect, hey James, really happy to be here. I wanted to talk about this strategy and how it can help you to get better results. You can hear that I have an accent, but I feel like putting this energy sometimes overcompensate this weakness that I have. So put a lot of energy. If you are not putting a lot of energy, that's a big disadvantage. Another thing, if you can pay for a better camera, go for it. If you can buy a new shirt, buy it. If you can pay for new lights, just do it, and this can help you to get better results. It's pretty simple. And of course, make sure to follow up with everyone and make sure to create more content. Those are the most important things. Hopefully this video was valuable. Again, this is something that I learned with experience after watching a lot of videos and testing a lot of strategies. So I know that this is gonna help you. If you have more questions, make sure to put those here in the comment section or send me a message on Instagram at jmartinez.x. I will leave a video right here where I talk about how you can train your appointment setters and the strategy that we use to acquire clients. And also another video where I talk about how we were able to go from $0 to $10,000 in just 35 days. So I will leave the link right here. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. That means a lot to me. I will see you in another video. Bye.